guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to my channel and to another 1 hour crafty video. So as you know, we're working on fall projects and I did a poll last week once again asking which option would you prefer to work on for today's video, and I'm very surprised to see that we had an even tight. So we're gonna go ahead and do both, I guess. So we're gonna be working on the first one today, and then I'll record the one that is gonna follow up next week. And so yeah, thank you so much for participating on these polls that I do. I think they're so much fun and they give me so much guidance on what you guys would like to see. But also do leave me a comment on the description box below what other projects you would like to see coming up on this series. Now I will be pre-recording the next couple of videos because I will be out of town, but I want to make sure I have something for you guys to watch. We're gonna go ahead today and create a gratitude journal. And so I have this fabric here that I really loved, and I thought it would be perfect for this type of project. Now I recently created a project very similar to what we're gonna be making. So for those of you who have been asking me, let me bring it here, for this tutorial, it's gonna be very similar to that with the two kind of like the soft cover folio. It won't be exactly like this, it will be a little bit of different measurements, and I will be having a cutting guide for those of you who prefer to see the measurements in front of you, and that will be available on my website, link down below. And so yeah, so let's quickly go over what you're gonna need for this project. This is one of my favorite projects because I get to reuse all my recycles that I've been saving, and just mainly boxes. So I typically save my crackers boxes. By the way, if you haven't tried these crackers, these are so delicious for this season. This is from Trader Joe's. This is the pumpkin cranberry crisp, and it's everything I wait for all year long. They're so good. They're a little bit sweet, they're a little bit salty. They're perfect if you put some cream cheese on it, and just really good to snack on as you're crafting. Oh, here's the front. Oh yes, the same. But anyway, so this is the box that I'm going to be using here. You could also use cereal boxes if you save those. I always save my cereal boxes as well. This one got a little bit beat up, but we can still use it. You're also gonna need some fabric. Now if you don't work with fabric, you can just wrap everything on cardstock. That's totally okay as well, but I love adding fabric to my journals. And then you're also going to need some cardstock. So I'm using two types for this project. I'm using the craft color cardstock for the inside of, you know, the layouts, and I'm gonna be using the white cardstock. This is just 65, so I can kind of cover the design of the box a little bit before we add our fabric. See how much light that brings to the fabric compared to not having it. So of course you can do it either way depending on your fabric. You can see if it's, you know, for the most part you don't really see what the box is about, but I just really like adding, it's kind of like adding a light on the back, and I love. Now let's get started with these. Hopefully we'll stay within the hour. I already talked for like 10 minutes, but we're just gonna cut the box, and I'll give you the measurements for my box. And even if you're doing like a cereal box, you can still cut it this same size. So I'm cutting this at 7 1/4 for the height, and then you're gonna open your box here. Okay, so find the opening. I'll probably just cut it. Okay, let me cut it really close. Okay, and then from the spine, I guess we're gonna call this the spine, from the spine to the side, you are going to count about 6 inches. Okay, so this one is perfect for this project. This is exactly 6 inches here. Okay, Okay, and so again, 7¼ by 6. So it's gonna be like a cute little mini version or smaller version of this large one. This large one is 8 by 7½. And if you want instructions for this one, this was actually one of my projects for my digital magazine. You can find it on my website as well. And it was also, I also did something similar to that as a bonus tutorial for members here. So this will be pretty similar as well. So now I'm going to cut my white cardstock, and this is going to be about 6 by 7¼ also. So let me cut this here, and then we're just going to glue this down and cover the design of the paper. Now you want to make sure that you are not gluing anything on top of this bending line. So if you are, you might want to move this out and then just cut a little bit more off the side. Okay, and now we can go ahead and glue this down. Okay, so let's add one here. Okay, and then the other one. Okay, so I'm also going to take out just a little bit on the side. And we're going to put this right here. Okay. Now for your spine, you can go ahead and measure it, because these changes depending on the box that you're using, if you're using a box. And then mine is about 2½. Now you could also, if you don't want to use a box, you can just do the same wrapping with chipboard as well. Okay, so 7¼ by, let's do 2¼ ish here. And so you want to make sure that you are not gluing on the bending lines, or you're not too close to it either. So I'm gonna cut this a little bit smaller, and then we're just going to glue these down. Okay, so just add the glue and place that right here. Okay, so there we go. And now we can move these out, and we are going to be using our fabric. Okay, so let's bring out our fabric, and we're gonna use fabric glue to wrap this around. And then I am going to cut these extra out. Okay, so I don't need all of these. Okay, and then I'm also going to cut a piece, and I'm just gonna use the same design, even though it's gonna be a little bit upside down, to cover the inside of the spine. Okay, I don't mind that is gonna be upside down. You can use a different fabric also. Okay, so I'm just gonna use that. Okay, and we're gonna glue this one down first. So you want to make sure to cut this smaller than the spine. Okay, so something like that should be fine. And then this is gonna come here, and I'm going to use my fabric glue and just simply glue this down. Okay, so put enough glue here on the sides of the bending lines, and here we go. Okay, so that's gonna go right there. And then we can go ahead and glue this fabric all the way around. So I'm just gonna add my glue right here and just fold this. Okay, and then fold this. There we go. Then we're gonna do the other side. So I don't really like putting glue on this section here, but we could put a little bit just so the spine is not moving. But also you don't want to add a lot of glue because you don't want your fabric to look wet. Okay, so just on the spine here, and then we're gonna turn this around and continue gluing the inside. Okay, so here we go. And we're just gonna glue all of this. Okay, so press, press, press. Okay, and then we're gonna cut, I'm gonna cut all of this extra here. Okay, let's see if I can cut that. And then what I like to do on the corners is make sure that we glue every layer. So first I'm gonna glue these down, okay, here. Then we're gonna fold these as if we're folding like wrapping a present type of thing. Fold it and put glue and glue that layer. Okay, so same here. And every time you're gluing, you want to make sure you press down and get these really flat. Okay, and then we're going to add the glue on this side and fold this over, and then we're just gonna hold this here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna finish up gluing this edge, and then we're gonna do the same for this other side. Okay, so glue down, and then glue this layer, fold it, and fold it. Okay, and then we're just gonna add all of that here. Okay, and press down. So when you're folding this, make sure that you're pulling and just making this really tight. Okay, and then more glue. There we go. Okay, so now we're basically done with the cover. You do want to either hold this for a long time or add some like paper clips and just keep this down. Okay, because you want these corners to be really flat. But here's how the outside look. Isn't it so cute? And this should, you know, with the glue you should be okay, but I always like to add my stitching around, just like I did here on this example. I like adding my stitches. So I'm going to pass these through my sewing machine. Now if you don't use a sewing machine, it's okay, you can continue with the following step. Nothing's gonna fall apart after you have the glue. I just really like adding those stitches. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is my base. So you can see the stitching all around. It just kind of creates a little definition around the page, and I really like it. Now you could trim all of these little pieces, but we're gonna be adding our folio part of this book here on the inside covers. So we're gonna set this to the side, and now we're gonna move on to our cardstock. So for this little folio, since it's a 7 by 6, I'm going to be using 2 pieces of cardstock, and these are going to be 5 3/4 by 7. Okay, and so before I build onto these two, you want to go ahead and just double check that you're not gonna be on top of any bending lines here. So we are good to go. Now we're gonna put these to the side, and we're gonna be working on each one of these, similar again to the other folio that I created. So I'm gonna put that one to the side for now, and we're gonna work on this little one here. So I'm going to start with 1 piece of cardstock, and this is going to be 7 1/4, okay, and by 11. So we're going to score, grab my scoreboard before I break my nail, and we're going to score this piece here at 1/2 inch at 1. Okay, so 1/2 inch 1, and then I'm going to score this at 6 1/2. Okay, 1/2 inch 1 and 6 1/2, and we are going to fold along the score line. So these two are going to be fold in, and then this one is going to be fold. Let me think about how do I want to do this. I'm gonna fold it in as well. Okay, so you want this to be on the front, you have your score lines, and then you have the flap here on the back, and we're going to glue this down to our main little piece. What is this piece here? This is 7. What did I cut this at? Oh my goodness, we are, oh, I think I did 7 1/4. So this needs to be 7 by 11. Okay, and so we're going to glue this down to one side. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue, and this is going to go right onto the left side of this book. Here we go. And then just simply press down. Okay, and then open that up and press down. Okay, so now as you can see, we have a 1/2 inch gusset. This is going to open and open like that. So let's put this to the side once again, and now I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 5 1/2 by 7 1/2, 7 1/4 actually. So 5 1/2 by 7 1/4, and then we're going to score these 2 pieces at 1/2 inch along the 7 1/4. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, and we are just going to fold and fold, and we're going to add these 2 pieces here on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to put one along the top and one along the bottom of the page. Okay, so top. Okay, press down, open this up, and then we're going to add this one. Okay, right here. And there we go. Press down. Okay, so up and down flaps, and we are going to continue building on this page here. So the next piece that I am going to cut is going to be 6. Okay, so let's do it this way. So 6 by 7, and this one we're going to score along the 6 inches at 1/2 inch, okay, and at 3/4 inches. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 3/4, and then we're just gonna fold and fold. And then this page I'm going to put over here. So we're gonna open these two, and we are going to add this 1/2 inch on this side. And make sure that these are not folding, or there's no conflict on the folding line. So what we can do is to kind of just cut this a little bit like that. Okay, so we're not touching this other folding side. And we're going to add glue on this 1/2 inch, and then we're just going to add this here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right there and press. Okay, now open this up and press. And then we're going to fold and fold, and then this is going to come here on top. Okay, so you can see how this is already gaining some volume, and it's just so fun to put together. So now we're going to use these 2 pieces that I have here on the side, and I'm going to cut these 2 pieces at 7, and these are going to be by 5. Yeah, 5 should be good. And then we're going to score at 1/2 inch, okay, and 1/2 inch. Okay, so along the 5 inches, we are scoring at 1/2, and same here. And the next, I'm just going to go ahead and add 1 on each side of this top flap that we just added. Okay, so we're gonna add these right here. Okay, press down, and then we're going to open this one up and add the other one. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one right there at the center. Okay, so now this opens and opens here on this side. And then I'm just gonna add 1 more layout, and this is going to be 7 by 5. Okay, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 7 inches, and then fold, and we're going to bring this back again, and then right where we left off on these 2 sections is where we're gonna put this piece here. So I'm just gonna put that along the top. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so all of that, it's going to be your side A. Okay, and then we're gonna close and close, and we are now going to add these to our folder or to our little cover here. So I'm going to glue this whole thing on the inside. So I'm going to use my fabric glue since we have fabric. Okay, so all around here. Okay, and then I'm going to use regular glue right there. Okay, and we're going to put this down right there. So I'm going to open it and just press down here at the center. Okay, so just hold it, give it a second to dry. And so now on this side, we're gonna have an opening, and this is gonna open again. Then the center is gonna open and open. We have an opening flap right here. We just add a little bit more glue and press this down. Okay, and then this is going to close and open again, and then the center, it's going to open and open here. So that is all going to be your side A, and now let's work on the other side. So now we're going to continue with the other side, and so I am going to cut a new piece here, and this one is going to be 6 3/4 by 7, and we're going to score this one here at 1/2 inch and at 1 inch, okay, along the 6 3/4, and then we're just gonna fold along the score lines here, and I'm going to glue this piece down. Okay, so let's add the glue, and then this piece can go right here. So I'm placing this on the right side of the page, okay, and then press down, open this up and press down, and then we're going to move these to the side, and I'm going to do a new piece here. This one is going to be 7, okay, and I'm going to do this by 10.5, and we're going to score along the 10.5 at 5, okay, and at 10, and we're going to fold along the score lines here, okay, and then I'm going to bring this back, and I'm going to glue this piece on the inside of this opening flap, okay, the one that is opening to the right. That's where we're gonna put this piece here. So let's add the glue, okay, and then we're just going to line this up right there and press down. And so there we go. So now we have this opening section here, and that's gonna close like that. And then I'm going to do a new piece, and this one is going to be 6 by 7, and then we're going to score along the 6 inches at 1/2, okay, and at 3/4, And then we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so 6 3/4. And let's bring this back open. Actually this goes like this, right? So this whole thing opens to the side, and then here on our center section, which is the main piece where we started, we're gonna add this onto the left side. Okay, so let's add the glue here, and we're going to line this up right there and press down. Okay, and then we're gonna open that up and press down. Okay, so this piece here will have a 1/4 inch, I'm sorry, a 1/4 inch gusset, and then this one here has a 1/2 inch gusset, and it's gonna go all here on top. And then I'm going to add a new piece on top. So we're going to do 2 pieces, and I don't know if I can use these ones, but I want this to be 5. Yes, that one should be good. But we're gonna cut these 2 at 5 by 7 1/4. So I'm just gonna do 7 1/4 by 5, and we are going to do 2. And then we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 7 1/4. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. And then we're going to fold and fold. Okay, so now we're gonna glue these together. So I'm gonna glue one on top of the other. Okay, with the score line on the same side, and we're just going to add some glue. Okay, and add this here, press down, and then we're going to bring this, and I'm going to add these 2 on top of the piece that we just added here. Okay, so that's gonna go right on top. Okay, so we're gonna put that right there and press down. Okay, and then so now we have this that opens, and then this section here has these 2 flaps, and then also opens, and this will be our center. Okay, so then here on the center page, I'm going to add another layout and a pocket. So I'm going to use this piece that we have, and this is going to be 5. Let's do 5 by 7. And we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 7 inches. Okay, and then folds along the score lines. And then we're going to cut another piece, and this one here is going to be 6 3, let's do 6 1/2, okay, by 4. Okay, so 6 1/2 by 4, and we're going to score along the 6 1/2 at 1/2 inch, at 6, and along the 4 inches we're going to score at 1/2. And we're just going to cut these corners, and we are going to fold. Then we're going to add these 2 pieces here. So we're gonna bring back our page, and on the center where you have the 2 pieces that we added is where we're going to be adding the pocket and the other piece. So we're going to start with the pocket. I'm going to add my glue right here. Okay, and we're gonna put this one down here, and you see how fun it is to make these little folios. You can definitely create also your own layouts. It's just so fun to kind of come up with different versions of the same folio. Okay, and then this other piece we are just going to put along the top. Okay, so I'm just gonna add my glue and then place these here along the top, and then just press down. And so we're gonna close this side, and we're now going to be adding these to our folio. So let's move all of these out here, and then we're going to open this up and add this other one to the other side. So I'm going to also use my fabric glue to go all the way around. Okay, so let's see if I can get this going. Okay, so we're gonna put this. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add the other glue here. Just drop down the floor. We're gonna add the other glue at the center, and then we're just going to place these down. So it's always good to fold it so you know where your bending line is. And we're gonna put this, open this up, and just press down. Okay, so just press down here. And so there you go. Now we have our folio, gratitude folio. Of course you can use it for any theme, but I just really like this fabric. I like how this turned out, and it's gonna be really fun to fill with memories or journaling. You can add scrapbook paper, you can directly add your pictures and kind of treat this as a scrapbook and just add some stickers, picture stickers, and then just journal on the side. I think it's gonna be really fun to fill this one here. So I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial for today. Again, I do have the cutting measurements on a PDF that I will link below. It will be available on my website. On the PDF, I'm also giving you directions if you want to do the binding using chipboard. I'll give you the measurements for that. So I hope you guys enjoy making this little book with me. I think these little cuties are so much fun. I love the smaller size too. I think it's gonna be super practical. I'm probably gonna be taking these with me on my trip and just trying to decorate it with stickers, with pictures, with memories, with journaling, and it's just gonna be so much fun. I do have these folio available for purchase as well. I took it off the website because I wanted to showcase it for this video, but I will be adding it again. I think it's already added. So if you wanted to get one of these folios, this is the last one that I have available, and I'm gonna be keeping the little one for adding my memories and stuff. So let me know if you want to see a video kind of decorating the inside of the pages. I'll probably share that later on in November once it's like gratitude month. Maybe I'll do a gratitude series. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you guys are new to my channel, please still subscribe and turn on your notifications. I will be having another 1 hour crafting video next Friday, so I will see you then. And until then, I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you on the next one.